Hello everybody, my name is Sugam Kashyap. I am from lovely Professional University Punjab. Today I have got an assignment. The assignment is movie ticket booking API using Postman. We have to create, the assignment tells us to create a JSON attribute file that contains these attributes: ID, seat number, is booked, show ID and booking time, which will be used to which we will use to fetch the data from Postman so that we can check that the get operations and the post patch operations of HTTP request protocol is working properly in our mock test API. This process is used for mostly for testing the APIs to be used in the websites so that the data we get and fetch from the APIs are through a proper channel and proper pipeline, and there are no errors between them, and the data is collected and sent in a proper structured way. And when the data is updated on the API call, the the boolean values related to the data also get updated accordingly. If the data is updated, we will do all that in today's project. So without wasting time, let's start. So for the project initiation, we will first install the JSON server in our computer. I have already installed the JSON server, but for the sake of your learning, I will do that again. So for installing the JSON server, we will write a command that's npm install, and we will give a slash dot sign here and write g json, again the sign server, and we will press enter. It will take some few seconds to load. It will be getting all the dependencies installed in the system, and here it is. Changed it 45 seconds, and took something and some, yeah, that's not important. But the JSON server is now installed in our system, and so we can move forward by creating a mock API that we will fetch the data from where we will fetch the data. So I have created a mock test API here, but for the learning purpose, as you can see, it's a mock test API. But for the learning purpose, I will re-edit the API with the new data which I have saved here. And it shows some error. Okay, wait. Oh, let me correct that error for you. Okay, so we have this, and we have this, and we have what we have missing here. Okay, so there's a comma missing here, and the system is intact. We will save this and we will go back, and we can check here right now that there's no preview, but okay. So after this, we have to run the JSON server. So for doing that, first of all, you have to go to the directory in which the JSON file is being saved, and then we will write another command to start the JSON server. That's npx JSON server space. We will give the name of our file and hit enter. And as you can see, our endpoint with our data is now being loaded, so we can call the data from the API. For calling the API, we are going to use a Postman an application which is known as Postman. The Postman allows us to do multiple tasks, like we can call the APIs, we can fetch the data, we can get the data, post the data, put the data, patch the data, delete the data, see the header of the data, and other options for the data. And what are these commands? I will just tell you in a second. Get command is used by the websites to fetch the data from the endpoint of the API. Right now, we created an endpoint of an API that will be pasting here, from which it will, when we hit the send button, it will fetch the data. So I will show you how it's done. So we will go here. It's my local host. It's running in my local computer, so it's my local host. I will copy the this URL and paste the URL here. As you can see, slash seeds is important because this URL will take us to the endpoint, but where to look for the data will be told by this slash afterwards. Whatever is written after the slash points towards the endpoint of the data. So if you will not put the slash here and show the site where to look at, it will not fetch the data. So we will send it to the client, and as you can see, we have got 200 OK with request successful message. The server has responded, and the time response time is 13.35 seconds. We have told to check the response time, and it's a very good response time. As you can see, we have three IDs here present in the data, and they all are been stored here. It's a file JSON. We can see here there are many structures of files we can look at, but right now we will just be looking at the JSON file because we created a JSON file. After that, let's see what my assignment tells me to do. After creating a JSON server to mock movie set booking, we have to update seat status using patch and test the edge cases. Okay, so we will do that. So after this, we will continue with the project, as it suggests me to send a patch request to update this field. Actually, I have to update is booked from false to true, and booking time null to the value. False is an boolean value, and when null will convert to booking status, the booking status should change to false to true. So let's do that. For doing that, I will go and create a new section here. I have already created that, named as patch data to mock API, and shift to patch. We will again choose the same endpoint, but at the end we will add the ID where we want to patch the data. Now for the ID, we will go to body section, select raw, and be at let it be at JSON. I have already created a JSON structure to be uploaded. As you can see in the structure, it will attach the is booked section to be true and booking timing to be this. And as we send this, get the message 200 OK, request successful. This server has responded as requested. So as we see, is booked false and booking ID null. It is showing this. So let's check that it got updated or not. as you can see here, the system responded late to that message, and now it's been updated. If we change the ID to 2 and let's change this to 5 and send it. So it's showing that the ID2 has been updated, is booked is been not true, and the booking time is this. Let's check that it's been updated here. Now again we will send the send button, and you can see that the ID has been updated here also. The status code is 200 and okay. After this, what we have to do? So validation criteria was to patch status 200. It was shown 200. Boolean check is booked. Yeah, it was okay. Is booked and it was true. Performance timing. Performance timing was always the less than 5 milliseconds in all the cases. TCP head snakes are 1 milliseconds and less, and download files are 0.97 milliseconds or less. This is a very good score, and also we are using it on locally, so the scores are high. But if you use the original APIs through webhooks, it will show a little much more time, like 192 milliseconds or 200 milliseconds. But it will good as your internet connection good as if you have a good internet connection, it will always be low as it is now. So now I want to conclude the video by telling you about something will others will not tell you. Postman is just not for API testing. It can be also used to you do different things, like you can also create mock servers, monitor the performance of the API servers, and also these websites which the traffic is high. You can do the performance testing on the Postman, and after learning how to implement these all things in real life, it really helped me to create and test the websites and other applications which I was working on, and that helped me to make more reliable and more supportable and trustable systems for future development. So I will be like to thanking you and signing off by saying that all the best for your future.